Okay, so this is going to be an extremely short video about how to read phase change tables. All right, so just get this ready. Okay, all right, so most substances have their own unique melting and boiling point, and they're often presented in a table. You can look back at the back of any chemistry textbook, and it will list the melting and boiling points in a table for you. Okay, so often in the table, you'll usually be asked the state of matter a substance would be in at a certain temperature. Okay, so we have melting point and we have boiling point, right? So obviously below the melting point, it's going to be a solid. Between the melting and boiling point, it's going to be a liquid. And above the boiling point, it'll be a gas. All right, so when you read these tables, there may be several listed there, and that might be confusing for you. So to make it easy, if you put an S to the left of the melting point temperature, right, an L between them, and a G to the right of them, of the boiling point, then that will remind you that this, if any temperature that falls in this range will be a solid, any temperature that falls between these two temperatures will be a liquid, and any temperature that falls to the right of the boiling point, it'll be a gas. All right, now keep in mind that when we're dealing with negative numbers, that the colder you go, the higher the number is, right? And so negative 218 is a lot colder than negative 183, right? This will come into play sometimes, like when you have, say, a temperature of 200. Well, where is 200 falling? Well, it's not negative 200. All right, well, it's not going to be over here. Negative 200 is actually warmer than negative 218. So it's going to fall over here, right? Negative 10 will be over here. It's going to be warmer than negative 183. Okay, so just keep that in mind when you're working with these negative numbers. Okay. All right, so an example question might be, at what state of matter is lead in at 500 degrees? Right, so we look at the table and we see that 500 falls in the middle range, so we know it's a liquid. Okay, another example might be, at what state of matter would nitrogen be in at negative 50? Okay, so negative 50 is going to be over here, so we know that nitrogen would be a gas. Okay. You'll also be given the, you might also be given the melting and boiling points in a bar graph. Okay, and so the lower bar graph will be your melting point, and the higher bar graph will be your boiling point. All right, and again, to make this reading this easy, go ahead and put an S, L, and G by the substance to remind you that, below the melting point, it's going to be a solid. So any temperature in this range, it's going to be a solid. Any temperature in this range, it's going to be a liquid. And any temperature above that, it's going to be a gas. All right. And so for, let's say for gold, if the temperature is 200 degrees, it's going to be a liquid. All right, and for lead, if the temperature is 500, again, it's going to be a liquid. But if it was 2000, it would be a gas. All right, okay. So that's how you read these. If you do these little tricks like this, it makes it pretty simple to read. All right, hope this helps you.